Welcome back to another Crypto Gorilla video. As usual, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything in this video is just my opinion. So the NFT market continues to be pretty meh. There's really not that many upcoming collections that have me excited. So whitelists have been pretty boring and not that profitable until we get some new money to come in the market, or until a project just wows us with their mint, or like a big player like Pokemon or something joins the market. In the meantime, most people I know are either trading ish coins, they are trading crypto with leverage, or they're farming airdrops because gas is really low. It's a great time to do those transactions and save some money and farm airdrops for the future. Now, I also think it's a great time to learn new skills. Me personally, I'm trying to learn how to trade, and we do have weekly classes in Gorilla Labs. We also have some crypto callers. So if you're a really good crypto trader and you want to do calls in Gorilla Labs, hit me up and we'll see if we can make that happen. Now, even though whitelists are pretty bleak, it doesn't mean you can't make money in NFTs on the secondary market, as there's always going to be trading opportunities. Even Ether, which was down really bad after their art reveal, did end up pulling almost a 2.5x as it went from 0.12 all the way to 0.3. So there's definitely opportunities for this. Obviously, you need some money. You also need a certain level of risk tolerance as well as discipline. I feel that like during the whole bull market, my ethos was flip everything, right? Everything's a flip. And if we look now, most projects are down really bad, especially from their all-time highs. So flipping everything was definitely the right call. And a lot of people I know, including myself, I do this sometimes, you go through your wallet and you just say, wow, I should have taken profits on this. At this price, I would have so much ETH right now. This is something I do for my mutant. I got it at 18. Mutants are currently sitting at like 6 ETH. But the more of this NFT winter goes on, the more it solidifies my opinion that I shouldn't be holding NFTs unless there is a very strong narrative that is going to help push the price upwards. Now, it doesn't mean I can't buy and hold NFTs, but I have to be thinking about it with a price target in mind and have no attachment to the NFT, even though it's a really cool picture or there's like a really cute animal. I'm essentially saying you have to treat it like an ish coin. Now, I know a lot of people are upset with Blur for basically turning NFTs into ish coins with pictures on them, but that's just what a lot of these NFTs are. They're pretty much worthless, and you probably shouldn't be buying a bunch of them and holding on to them long term unless you're a millionaire who likes to collect art. And whenever I see people complaining about Blur on Twitter, I just think like they don't understand the arena that they stepped into and people's main motivation for being in this space. So look for narratives, trade the narratives, and don't get too attached. Now, some collections, I know I talk about like Meme Land all the time, but it's because they have a very strong narrative coming up, and that's going to be Meme Coin. There's also DeGods. They have their DeGods Season 3, but there's also negative narratives. We just saw this with Azuki, where they were getting fudded hard. So the narrative was pretty much just FUD and that the project is going to zero. They had a huge dip, but then the narrative became like all about community and why we love Azuki in the first place. And they had a slight recovery, the whole wag me mentality, but with no announcement and no hopium from the team, this narrative was sure to dwindle. And as you can see, it is sitting under 6 Ethereum. So again, this made a great swing trade. And I'm not saying Azuki isn't a good long-term hold. For all I know, they could go to 50 ETH, but the way I want to start looking at a lot of these NFTs has to be as a swing trade and a short-term trade. Again, it's fine to hold NFTs for the long term, but how long is it going to be? We might not have a major recovery for the next year. And do I really want to be holding some of these NFTs for 1 year and not have that liquid available? So just a small rant on what's been going on in my head and how I've been thinking about NFTs. Now, as for the current market, there are still some projects doing well. We just had the Garbage Friends mint. It's currently minting actually. They're stretching it over like 3 or 4 days, which is always risky, as the longer it takes for your project to mint, the more the floor can go down, as you're constantly adding more and more supply on the secondary market when there isn't necessarily the same level of demand. Now, it's currently in the stage of the Invisible Friends and the collectibles holders where they can mint for 0.05. And at the time of filming this video, it's doing decently well. It is currently at a 0.16 floor, so more than a 3x flip. However, like I said, in order to mint these, you did have to be holding an Invisible Friends, so they did see a dip from above 0.7 all the way to under 0.5. They have slightly recovered, but I'm guessing a lot of people who dumped these were either just thinking, hey, I'll buy back into the dip, or I'm going to use this to mint my Garbage Friends, get out, hold on to my Garbage Friends, and maybe they're going to take a chance at getting a rare one. Now, the other project I wanted to discuss is, of course, Pluto. They had their mint last week, and this is a project project that I've spoken about many times, as I was really excited for the mint, as this is a project that dubs themselves the flagship project of Polygon. So I had very high hopes for this mint. Now, unfortunately, the website was under DDoS attack and they had to pause the mint, which can be detrimental to mints as it kills the momentum. And this is often the final nail in the coffin for a ton of projects. But fortunately for this one, they were able to get everything fixed. They reopened the mint and they did mint out. Now, they did sit around their mint price for a while. However, after yesterday's AMA, they did pull a 2x on the secondary market. They're also third in all-time volume on Polygon, which is really great because they just minted. And there were a lot of sweeps going on. Even myself, I have a ton of these. I minted some of these. I got some airdrop from Magic Batch, and then I swept some on the secondary market. And my thought process behind this was they've been calling this the flagship project out of Polygon. This is literally backed by the Polygon founders, and Sandeep even went and swept some today. So they're obviously giving it a ton of support. So I just saw no way that they can let this fail. They're gonna put all of their effort, all of their resources into this project because, as they're calling it, this is Polygon's flagship project. So if they want Polygon NFTs to succeed, this has to succeed. So for me to have conviction and to put money into this floor, it was a no-brainer. Now, again, it's easy for me to say this when I'm already up 2x on my investment. We have to wait and see in a few weeks where the floor is going to be, especially that they have not revealed yet. And typically after NFTs reveal, there's always that post-reveal dump. The way they're doing their reveal, it's going to be split up into 2 phases over the next 2 weeks. So in 1 week, we're going to get the DNA reveal. And you can kind of think of this like Clone X, where they have 8 different types of DNA. And then roughly 1 week after that, we are going to get the full art reveal. Now, they're also starting staking this week, and it's going to be similar to captains on Memeland, where you stake them and once per week you receive a mushroom. So mushrooms are basically like maps. And I know in the future they're going to have a token airdrop, but we don't have many details around that. So for all we know, that is like months out. Now, during these spaces yesterday, they also touched on what they've tweeted about in the past, which is how they are going to be working with different Reddit artists. And Reddit has something like over 10 million wallets. And obviously not all those wallets are interested in NFTs, and a bunch of them are probably multiple wallets belonging to individuals. However, if just a very small percentage of those people are interested in NFTs and they follow these artists, they're going to be seeing what is going on with Pluto, because those artists are going to be working with Pluto. And then as Pluto releases their experiences, and these experiences, they're going to kind of disguise them, I guess. You're not going to always know it's a Web3 project, it's an NFT project. It might just end up being a game. So these people can play that game, and then they're going to almost unknowingly be playing a Web3 game. So they definitely have a ton of power through Reddit. They're also going to be working with a bunch of brands. And if you know Polygon, they have the most brand partnerships in the space. So Pluto has a ton of resources that they could take advantage of. So I was getting asked a lot my opinion on how the mint went, because this is a Polygon project. People had very high expectations for it. And obviously it wasn't a good look for them to have some bugs with the mint, some bugs with the website. And I 100% agree with that opinion. However, to answer the other question, no, I have not sold any of my holdings. I actually picked up a few more right before the sweep that happened yesterday. And I personally think these can still go up. Not financial advice, but again, like I keep saying, this is Polygon's flagship project. So I expect these to perform well over the medium term. Last but not least, some macro news, not this week, but next Wednesday on the 26th, we have the next FOMC meeting with the Fed. And it does look, at least for now, like they're going to be raising rates by 25 basis points. So we're going to keep an eye on that. I'm definitely going to be watching this next meeting and trying to anticipate how it's going to affect the market. That's it for today's video. I know it was a short one, but like I said, there's really not that much going on in the NFT space for the time being. However, I will continue producing content. I will have my news recap on Friday. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla. Peace.